Broads Media.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome on in to Sports Talk with Broads. I'm going to start this show off differently. Normally, you get the right? And, of course, I still had to implement it because I am stuck in my old ways. I do want to do two things that is a tone setter here, okay? So let's kick it off with just admiring the moment. Think about what this show is going to be about. The next 25 to 30 minutes, I'm about to bring you on a journey and bring you in this experience of beating ass in the NLCS. You're not just winning games. You're not just competing in the NLCS. What you are doing is asinine. You're ripping through home runs off their best two pitchers. They got nothing left. To the point where my second thing I wanted to dissect is how I actually believe, and I am not a conspiracy theorist guy. I don't believe in that nonsense. I don't get sucked down any rabbit holes on the ridiculousness. But what are the odds that their starter today and their manager elect to say two things about the crowd? I think they're so desperate. Here's the conspiracy theory. They know they don't have a shot. They're fucked. And they know they're fucked. Nobody is that unaware, right? You're poking the bear. All of this is calculated. There's reasons why when managers say certain things and they take all the blame and they'll put their hand up and say, that was my mistake, my fault, don't blame the player. We know that there's a motor with that. We know that there's an objective. I don't want to throw my player under the bus. Well, when they're sitting there pregame, 45,000 asshole fans, and I say that in a good way, by the way. I say that with pride and I say that with joy. We are ridiculous assholes, and I couldn't imagine playing a game of baseball in front of that many people supporting me. Hearing Kyle Schwarber talk to John Clark afterwards, I was getting goosebumps. You know, there's nothing better in this world than Hoagie Fest, a little wah-wah hoagie, and Kyle Schwarber hitting moonshots. I guess the only great thing about it is when Trey Turner, not the only great thing, what am I, stupid? Absolutely. But another added awesome part of it is when Trey Turner adds to his home run total in the playoffs. So you have an error, sloppy defense. Aaron Nola shines, though. The movement on his fastball, alrighty, okay. Yeah, I don't think you stand a damn chance. No walk batters either. Look at what the Diamondbacks did to your best two guys. Now reverse it. Flip it. What does Missy Elliott say? Do that. We took away every sort of last hope, and they had to dig deep into their pockets to both attack the fan base to see if they could spark some sort of fight because they didn't have any to begin with, because they recognize that the team on the other side is a damn juggernaut. We can't be stopped. This is a different style of baseball. I feel I'm watching two different extremes in the sport. And the crazy part is not to look ahead, but the Texas Rangers might be doing the same damn thing. I'm not looking ahead, though. You have to go to Arizona and win. But you will, because what are they throwing for the third game? Stop it. Ranger, I'm so poised. Suarez, I think we'll do just fine. Book it. Speaking of book, you should go to my bookie. And once again, if you follow me on social, Broads81, I gave everybody free money today, not only with the Phils, because it was the most obvious bet in the world to take Phillies money line, but I said, The Flyers are a home dog for their home opener. You don't think that all the noise in South Philadelphia and the craziness, God bless your soul, if you got down to the ballpark, or I know a few people that had tickets and then unfortunately was so late getting in and they were stuck in traffic until around 9:15, 9:30, got there crazy late. I would have never in a billion years tried to fight that in the soccer game at the Link. What are we doing here? I saw that line, though, and I cashed out big time. I told you to. And at my bookie, it doesn't matter if your team is up or down. You can easily cash out or bet the game live to come out on the winning side. If you use my bookie, there's daily odds boost, same game parlays, and you can take advantage of huge prize pool contests. So listen to this. The my bookie money bag, you can grab a potential Super Bowl front runner at long shot odds. We're talking plus 38,000 on the Eagles and Chiefs. You won't find odds like that anywhere else. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. Only with my bookie. My bookie has a no strings attached cash bonus. When you use the promo code BROADS, you can deposit and withdraw that quickly. Once you place a bet of your deposit bonus, then you're good to go. Man, do not miss out on that. And I have to tell you about the dialogue between me and my former teammate from Arizona. So I texted him at 10:07. So that had to have been after, what, maybe the score was 2-0 or so then, and then Aaron Nola was dealing. There's a few innings that I thought were extremely important for Aaron Nola. In the fourth, you're up 2 runs. There was one on with the full count. Alec Bohm defensively, whether he's charging the ball on his backhand or he makes the play to his right where the ball was already behind him and he still throws him out at first base. Holy shit, where the hell did that come from? How about the play where he gets the lead runner when there was a guy on first base, make a play with the glove, flashing the leather, and then makes a throw to Bryson Stott at second base? Gets the lead runner. Those details are so important. And I also thought the weird thing about the way Arizona handled the approach, especially because I actually do believe in my conspiracy theory, then whenever they did get on base, whether it was Trey Turner's error, and now you have a speed demon, a guy who's willing to take off, someone who will be aggressive on the bases, he's sitting at first base. That's 2 games in a row. You would think you would apply pressure. You'd say, we got nothing to lose. If we can go first to third, we will. If we can take a shot and ask one of their defenders in the outfield to make a throw or dare them to make a relay, if they make it, tip your caps. But if you play this soft way of going to the ballpark, it's going to result in 3 hits, no earned runs. It doesn't matter if they're earned runs or unearned runs. I'm just saying nothing. You're coming up with nothing. You're getting beat down and embarrassed in this series, and you're not competitive. So why not? Why not try something? They weren't even willing to. They're getting away from what made them them. And in all fairness, I don't think it's relevant anyway, because nothing is stopping the behemoth that stands in the way in the National League. But to continue with the text message series, I said it's different here. Then he hits me at 11:15, so he doesn't respond for another hour and 8 minutes. He goes, pay to win. Pay to win. This is their last resort, right? When you throw that at somebody. First off, spending money in today's era with how everything has changed, it's not a small league anymore. And there's so many cities that are willing to spend and so many teams that compete now. It's a monster out there, and it's very difficult. The Yankees spend all the time. Where's their last championship? The New York Mets don't even make the postseason. Steve Cohen throws around cash like it's nothing. The Dodgers got their World Series finally in the shortened season with the COVID year, not taking it away from them, but they constantly spend a lot of money, go get big stars, and they have the one. They have the one in the shortened season. Should I feel bad that my owner is willing to open up his checkbook? Absolutely not. I don't give a damn at all. And there's some homegrown talent here. Alec Bohm, Bryson Stott, Rojas, Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola was so much fun to watch. Oh, yeah, that's right. There's more of the in-game stuff from Nola that I just completely forgot it. Two on, 2 outs with Gurriel in the 4th inning. That's the same where Alec Boehm, get it together here, Broads. Alec Boehm gets the lead guy at second. 2 on, 2 out, gets Gurriel. The 5th inning, this one might be my favorite because Thomas is AB, you fall down 3-0, but you battle back in the pitch sequence that you're changing up. Most of the time, when someone throws a slider, when they should throw a fastball, and you wonder why the location was where they were aiming it. Yo, JT, what are you doing down there? Why would you call for this pitch? I just want to make sure when the shoe was on the other foot, we give him a lot of love because I thought that Aaron Nola was mixing up his pitch sequence and they were guessing. A lot of times, it wasn't anything overwhelming. We know when he reaches back and gives it his all, he's going to top out at 92, 93 miles per hour. But when there's wicked movement on it to catch the front door, oh, dude, oh, my God. I love it. I love it. Him and JT Realmuto were clearly clicking, and they were perfectly a good mix today. Good communication between them two. Awesome, awesome, awesome. He also gets Perdomo down on the curve. Woo-hoo. And in the 6th, 1-out double for Marte. Bo makes a backhanded challenge as he's moving forward towards the ball and makes a good play at first and then strikes out Walker. Got the over-under on the strikeouts. Tell a little 5.5 action. Easy dough. Telling you, my bookie, promo code BROADS. So I continue and say, does it matter? Who cares if they're spending money? That doesn't guarantee a damn thing. $200+ million to beat us. Congrats, brother. I said, yeah, I got zero shame in that, dude. And he said, you shouldn't, but it's different there. I know. Yeah. I feel salt. That's what I feel. I feel salt on my thumbs through the phone. I get it, though. You're aggravated. Your team was so down bad that they had to resort to, okay, I guess we'll challenge them all at once because then our adrenaline will be rolling and have to rise to the occasion, but we can't because we're not actually good enough to stand on the same field as this group. And it's no shame to them, even though it's a little embarrassing to get worked to this level. Sometimes there's someone in your way that you can't do anything about. It's out of your control. Because of how this team lost last year, there wasn't a way in this world that they'd be stopped. So the Braves, whatever, easily moved right through you. This Arizona team was hot, remember? They're pesky. Does anybody see any sort of signs of that? Or are we just ripping the hearts right out of their damn chest? And Ricky Bo said this postgame. I haven't even thought about it just because I've been enjoying the pace of what it's like to stand for an entire 9-inning game in South Philly. It's unreal. We're sick and it's amazing. It might be rowdy for the Phillies in Arizona. Would you be stunned if you could hear, "Let's go Phillies" in Arizona? I'd be shocked if I didn't. That might help them even more. I'm just saying. This team obviously thrives and connects with this city now. They go to Xfinity after a big series clincher, and you can't move. You're stuck like a penguin waddling around trying to get in way over expensive beer. $12 for a Yard's Pale Ale. I can get a 6-pack for what, 15? The hell's wrong with me? $12.99, $11.99? Jesus, the things we do, I'll tell you what. But anyway, even if it's just a nice amount, that it's recognizable. Here's Kyle Schwarber walking up to the dish. There's so much good offense that happened in this game, too. JT Realmuto, full count. And if you put him on, it's bases loaded for Nick Castellanos. What do you expect is going to happen? Oh, JT puts it in the gap, and more runs come across home plate. Marshy was active late there. Boom, knocked in a few. And you know what's funny? I heard all day today before first pitch, should Alec Boehm be moved down? I had to drive to my mother-in-law's in the morning because of the addition here. They're barreling through the house so the addition will connect to the house. And it's getting loud and it's getting crazy. So I had to dip out and spend my time elsewhere, or else it would have felt like there was screws screwing in my head the whole day. So I turned on the radio. First thing I hear is, Bohm's got to be moved down. What's Stopper doing? Bohm's got to be moved down. I thought he actually squared the ball up pretty well against the Diamondbacks in Game 1. He got unlucky. And then in this game, he eventually scored some runs, but I thought he could have hit a home run that went to deep center field but never went over the wall. I guess you can make the argument that Schwarber shouldn't have went out, and maybe one of the ones that didn't. Bohm, Bryce, the opposite field. For some reason, my gut told me it's just a bit short, and it was. My wife thought it was going over the wall. I'm like, I don't know. Oh, man, warning track power. But Longoria had one similar to right field that Nick Castellanos made a good play at the wall. And when that happened, I thought, do we give enough credit to Nick Castellanos for his defense?
Nick Castellanos has the biggest ball sack ever.
We discussed that nonstop at the plate. We discussed that nonstop with him and Liam with some ridiculous, awesome celebration handshake after all the bombs. It's so unreal what this guy does. But he's doing it defensively, too. I'm just saying, I thought maybe the ball could have kept flying more. Could have had a couple more homers in the early stage. But when you go to Hoffman, when Garrett Stubbs is catching, you're in cruise control, baby. The only thing that this game was missing, I guess, was a Jake Cave triple. And we were this close. We were so close to getting that. Oh, man, I loved it. He had his head down. He was going. I was like, yeah. Come on, Caver. Caver, he squared that thing up nice. Put it in the gap. That felt good. That sounded good off the bat for Jake. Oh, I was so hyped. Oh, dude, Stubbs in the dugout. When JT tried to play the card that he got hit, and they went to the replay booth and all, and then he eventually makes them pay, Garrett Stubbs does a reaction. Him and Turner, but for some reason the Stubbs one hit me more. Maybe because I just know this guy is just one of a damn kind. All I think about when I see another home run and they pan to the dugout to all them screaming and jumping is the clip that went viral for the other game where he's smacking his ass up against the fence. Oh, this team is just different. This city right now is different. And I think it's because we can tell, we recognize how serious this is. This is, whoa. And we know that. And we're bought into it. And we're one. Schwarber said it best. This city and the way that we have our hands on all their shoulders when they go to war, when they throw that first pitch, when it's an NLCS game and you have a possible trip to the World Series, we're not letting them down. Look what they went through today. Look what they went through to find parking. Apparently they ran out of parking spots. Oh, man, seriously, I don't know how anybody went through that. God bless. God bless. God bless. All right, I did enough babbling. I'm sorry. There was a point there I don't think I finished. Shocker. Welcome to Sports Talk with Broads. All right, we'll just go to the calls and see if it magically happens full circle, because it happens more times than you think.
Yo, Broads, you book your fucking tickets to the World Series, bruh? That's where we going, my guy. Fucking Arizona, bend them over. Hey, man, great win by the Phillies. Shutting out the fucking Diamondbacks, man. I love it, man. This team, man, they come through in big moments, man. Everybody's contributing. It's fun to watch. It's fun to fucking see. Not looking past this series, but we already got 2 at home. Even if they win 3 in fucking Arizona, they're not coming back to CBP and winning another fucking game. It won't go 7, but book it. World Series, here we come. Let's go, Phil.
We're going to the World Series, and yeah, there's no way in hell that this thing isn't wrapped up in Arizona, okay? Let's make that very clear. That's absolutely 1,000% going to happen. All right, let it be known. that this team will be just okay out in Arizona. And I wouldn't be shocked if you see an absolute strangle over their necks with 3 outs to go. Sorry. We just keep coming, man. We just keep attacking. We keep swinging the bats and putting the ball into the gaps and over the wall, really. It's home run after home run after home run. You're right, bend them over. That's all they've been doing to every single opponent that got in their way since the regular season ended. Hey, let's go, baby. Aaron Nola. I know I've given you a lot of love this year. I know I've been a big supporter of you for every single start of your entire career in a Philadelphia Phillies uniform. You know that. Never criticized you once in my life. The curveball. Oh, Kirkering slider. Do not lose sight of what we saw in that final inning. He had 2 that were moving in a way that sliders just don't move. But Aaron Nola, kids. Aaron Nola, ladies and gentlemen. Big balls Nola. That's what he is. Big balls Nola. Who would have thought? You know what he is? Pay him. Aaron deserves to get a big bag with his big balls Nola. Who would have thought? It's a crazy, crazy place to be. It's funny how the narrative changes. The regular season didn't have it. So he tweaks his mechanics, or where he's looking with the shot clock. I always say that. I don't know basketball terms, sue me. But he's looking at the shot clock differently. There was traffic, and I mentioned the 4th, 5th, and 6th. It's a 2-0 game at the time. Somebody's on first. It doesn't matter. He doesn't let that slow down his pace. It doesn't affect the way that he goes about his work. That would crush him before. The inning would blow up. He's not having that at all. Wheeler is the greatest pitcher to ever live and walk planet Earth, but when the 6 comes around, there is a massive dip. And I'm not taking shots at him. I'm just saying, we've noticed that, right? There is that 6th inning wall or so, but when he's on the top of his game from innings 1 through the rest of it, it's a different tier. Aaron Nola's not even doing that, though. He's just full on getting the full repertoire and having you guess. I'm enjoying every moment of this. I'm soaking it in. I see families at the game, and I smile because I know how important that is. I know you'll look back because I talk about it now. I remember the 08, the 09, all the runs that we saw in the postseason. I'll never forget who I was with, for which game, where we watched it, what we were eating. So we're going through memories now that I know will live on with us forever. What if I get a World Series and then my daughter's born in December right afterwards? I mean, you don't think I reflect back to this season and say, oh, yeah, and then World Series, my daughter was born, it was the greatest I've ever felt in my life. You know what I'm saying? I started to realize in my head, was I just saying that a World Series is actually going to relate to the birth of my daughter? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, come on, man. Like, you got to sharpen up here. We're talking about your daughter, your baby girl, and you're comparing that to a baseball game. But at the same time, that's what makes us psycho. That's what makes us. But, like, no, come on. Not that crazy. But if it was to happen, I wouldn't be complaining at all. You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit, Aaron Nola. This guy's on freaking crack, man. I don't understand what's going on with him. I mean, talk about he had a season to forget during the regular season. Completely forgettable. Probably one of the worst seasons of his career. But the last 3 starts here in October, man, absolutely dominant. God bless him. I really hope we re-sign him in the offseason and hope he doesn't walk. He deserves the money because these last 3 starts, that's the real Nola, baby. Go Phil.
Wow! look at that. That puts a smile on my face. That guy just went out there and shut us all up. He's been hearing this for months. He's been getting abused, and rightfully so. When you stink, we will react. If you're not performing well, we'll get on your case, and we'll make sure you know and you are held accountable. But, man, I'm sure there is nothing sweeter than the you all doubted me walk off the mound after a big strikeout to end one of these innings with maybe a wicked curveball or a changeup. It was so impressive. Wow. And Ranger will toss a 5-inning, 1 earned run, nonchalant. How do you do? Just easy. I just sometimes I just smile. Thinking about what this is. I'm not losing sight of it. I'm soaking it in. They just won 10-0 at a home game. They're 2 wins away from going to the World Series. And the team that just took their biggest 2 swings, that's what they did with both of their starters. Yeah. How'd that go? You're toast. You're toast. We have the advantage by 10,000 miles. And they're putting it out there on the baseball field for the whole entire sports world to see. I saw Big Cat tweet out, "Oh no, they're calling out the bank." Everybody knows. It's a football game. It's a football crowd watching a baseball game. Yeah, but the World Baseball Classic in Venezuela. Shut up. Shut up. Why do you do it? What's the benefits? There are none. The only benefit that I can make up in my head is that maybe you'd put it all out on the line, and this was you putting it out on the line, by the way. We are just that much better than you. But you talk that shit, and you're trying to back it up, so you think organically because you made those comments, you'd want to dig deep and rise to it. That's what you had to do. That's the only possible potential positive that can happen. Or you got softies in that clubhouse and you're trying to inspire somebody else by pretty much in a way threatening them, or threatening the team, or threatening your own team, but you're doing it thinking it's for your own good. But it's not because 45,000 people grabbed it and ran. And there's also another conspiracy theory that I don't know if I believe in it as much as the other one, but it's in there too. There is a sectioned off piece that is the corner of this whole thing, and yeah, this is part of that. Did they not even recognize what they were doing? Do they not recognize that we pick up on that? Maybe Arizona doesn't. Now, that would probably go right up against the whole what you're saying and what your message is, and you speak to the media literally every single day, so you're not unaware of what would happen when you say certain things. That was part of my first conspiracy theory. That is the complete opposite of what I'm saying here, and that's you're just saying how you feel. You're wrong, but you're saying how you feel. But because you're playing a bunch of diehard lunatics, we pick it up, and then there's 1 million views on Jack Fritz's video. Last I looked, it was like 800,000 or something. Unless I was looking at the wrong thing. But they don't have that getting picked up in Arizona. And then it's spreading around town within 7 seconds. The second he tweeted it out, that thing blew up on all platforms. Then John Boy grabbed it. Everybody grabbed it. They're like, oh, shit, these guys are different. All right, everybody. I love you to death. What an ass kicking. I love it. You love it. I love you guys. You know that. I appreciate you. We'll be talking very soon. I promise you that. I'll see you on the next one.